Here. Oh. It's not the right stream, gang. Hold on. Hold on. I think it is. But I ain't talking about no hacks today. So today, that's how we doing it. All right. That's how we doing it. All right. What's up, chat? Back with another stream. If you know what I mean. How everybody day going, man? How everybody day going? What's everybody on, man? All right, let's see, man. Let me see something real quick. We might get active today, yeah. We might make today an interesting stream. Let me see something real quick, man. Let me see something real quick. What we doing? Chat, what we looking like? Let me see something. You know, I like to get active, man. Yeah, I'm back 2 days straight. Have I ever done 2 days straight before? I did, I think, before when I was gaming. Yeah, let me see this window. Hope I ain't messed something up. Oh, nah. All right, yeah, I ain't messed nothing up. I'm still active. Still active. Back outside. What's this? Settings. I'm just making sure everything's set up right on my back end, gang. All right, and sure. All right. Let me just see if I could do this. I think my settings should be right. I think my settings should be right. Let's see, man. Let me see what we on today, gang. I'm back outside, man. I'm back outside for real. Pour some of my cranberry juice. Let me see what it's looking like. I got some editing to do too. I gotta do some editing, man. Let me see what the chat looking like. All right, what do I want to do today, man? So today, let me see what this stream is called. First of all, let me make sure. All right, bet. How can I move that? It don't matter. All right, so look. That's how we doing it today. So a lot of traders really don't be trading, bro. And you know, I don't like the cap. There be too many people out here that just be capping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just be way too many. Ooh, that thing did a move. All right, but anyways, it just be way too many. Ooh, that thing did a move. I was waiting for a. Well, I did get it, but it be a lot of traders out here that really don't trade. So today, what we gonna do is look at some. We're gonna look at some case study. I trade for real. And when I say for real, that means withdrawals, right? Are you able to pay your bills from trading? If so, then you trade for real. You're a full-time trader. Are you still trying to learn how to trade? No problem with that. You know what I'm saying? What it is a problem with is the people that get on here and fake on the internet and try to make people sign up for their programs, their courses, all this other shit, like, and they'll tell them anything. Ooh, this is a good Asian session. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to see something real quick. We're gonna get into all of this though. Don't trip. Got a clean break of structure. Price respected this 46.02. And you see where it's going, 46.50. Y'all see where price going for real, man. All right, but let's get into it though. So what do I want to do today? I want to talk about some of these cap traders. Some of these traders that be capping a lot. They be fooling people out here. I ain't with it, man. So look, let's do some video reactions. I think the first video reaction we gonna do is a video reaction to a trader that a lot of people watch. A lot of people don't really know if this person trades or not for real. So let's do a video reaction to this right here, man.
Trades by side is one of the biggest.
Let's do a video reaction to this. Trades by side. I'm not gonna say he capping, but we gonna watch this video and let you decide afterward. All right. So let me get my stream set up right and everything. I move that over the right way. Yeah, that's over there. Cool. And then we're gonna watch another one after this, man. But I'm gonna start bringing y'all in, man. That's what I do full time. That's how I'm able to live the life that I desire, man. And it only gets better and better and better. And yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of things when it comes to trading today. So let's get it. First things first, though. First things first. Let's get into it. Let me adjust my screen real quick. I think it's only right. It's only right. Let me adjust my screen real quick. You are a manager? Oh, hold on 1 second, y'all. I was doing some content earlier. I hit 1,130 subs. I didn't even
Trades
know.
by side is.
I did not even knew that. It's lit. All right, let me fix some things up on my end. And we're gonna get active. I need to get my chat bubble going, everything. I need to get all of that going. I'm gonna work on that for the next stream for sure. I could have did it in the back end somewhere, but I'm working on that for the next stream. All right, bet. It's lit. It's lit. Let me move my ass over here. Hold on. All right, there we go. Getting somewhere. All right, that's better. So look, let's get into this video. I'm gonna do a reaction to this video. I've seen a little bit of it before, but not the whole thing. So let's go ahead and review this video. React to this video.
Biggest scammers in the trading space.
All right, so I have been seeing trades by side Not really trade though. Like I've been seeing him say he doesn't sell a course, but will tell you to go look at his broker, right? That's what a lot of people do.
In fact, I'm so confident he's fake that I'll donate $500,000 to charity if he verifies his performance.
Yo, he been saying he been making $100 million from trading, and this person is offering $500,000 to see if they're for real or not. That's a lot of money to put up. That's one of those put your money where your mouth is for real. And this YouTube channel is the One Lance B. This is a verified trader. You guys can go check him out. So, yeah, that's a lot of bread.
With a true third-party verifiable audit, or even better, if he starts using a real broker and verifies his trading on Kinfo rather than his sketchy CFP broker. More on that later, which cannot be independently verified. Hell, I'll even give another $500,000 to a follower of his choice. As someone who has actually made $100 million in trading.
Yo, he is so savage. He is so savage, yo. He said, I will give you $500,000 to show that you are a verifiable trader. And I will also give one of your followers $500,000, yo, to anybody you choose. That's $1 million he's trying to put up just to show if you cap or not. I would take it.
Profits. I was verified on Kinfo and was fully audited for the upcoming Market Wizards book. I know how hard this job actually is, so when a 22-year-old with 3 years of trading experience posts stats that seem too good to be true, I'm here to explain why they're downright fraudulent. After trading my health for wealth, my job now is to be the voice of authenticity in the online trading space.
Yo, I love that. I love how he put that, yo. His job is to be the voice of authenticity in trading. Like, I feel like that's why I'm making some of these videos, because there's so many people that fake and fraud when it comes to trading, and they'll tell you they made this much and that much, and they really don't trade. Like, you can make money from the brokers and all that shit, but it's a lot of people that just really don't trade, and they try to make it seem like they really trade, man. But I like that voice of authenticity, man. Shout out to Lance.
Which is a cesspool of frauds like Psy. I can't stay quiet while scammers harm innocents, and today I'm here to expose how this I don't sell anything grifter actually works. So who is Psy? Trades by Psy is Tadarius. Well, first red flag, I don't think anyone even knows his full name, so Tadarius something. Have fun pressing charges against that guy. According to Tadarius, he picked up trading in August of 2021, following the GameStop and AMC saga. And I guess despite being brand new, trading was super easy, and he immediately made money because you all know how just super easy trading is and how the learning curve is 0 days.
Yo, that's how they get a lot of people when it comes to trading, bro. Like, they make it seem like it's so easy, and I will be honest with you, trading is not, yo. Trading is not easy. If you do not have the right mindset, if you are not putting the time in when it comes to trading, I promise you, you're gonna think. I feel like when it comes to trading, this where it gets a lot of people messed up, right? The barrier to entry is damn near super low. You need less than $200 to start trading. You're not like physically lifting or doing anything, right? So you're not doing labor. And you can make a lot of money in a very short amount of time. And that's what I feel like gets a lot of people into trading, or make them feel like trading is easy. Like, it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. If they tell you it's easy, they're lying to you. Plain and simple.
I started trading when I was 18. I traded stocks first. That was the first thing I did. I started that August 2021.
I ain't gonna lie, for somebody that really has jewelry, moissanite. I don't hate, like, I don't care what you wear, but if you're running around telling people that this is like real ice.
And that was roughly around the time where everything was going crazy, such as like GameStop. It was like, we had GameStop, AMC, we had some other big stocks that was going crazy around that time. That
I at least give him credit for trading stocks, because stocks are infinitely more tradable than Forex. As many know from this video I've done, Forex is the most efficient market out there. And nearly every retail trader in the Forex space is a scam, because it's just so hard to make money in Forex.
It was so easy to make money around that time. And then I started Forex January.
Yo, that was the first thing I started trading was Forex, yo. I don't trade Forex anymore. Put it like that. I feel like you all got to start somewhere, but I don't trade Forex anymore because for me personally, it just doesn't make sense. Like Euro USD, USD JPY, GBP JPY, yes, you can make money off of them, but for me personally, the way I want to live my lifestyle, I don't feel like trading Forex is worth it for me personally. Like, it was cool to start trading Forex or get into the market from trading Forex because most people never really even left the United States. So this was probably the closest you could get to like trading and having the feeling of going across seas or whatever like that from trading a different currency or a different pair. But at the end of the day, if you're not really even going to travel over there, it doesn't even like, it doesn't make sense. You feel me? So Forex is cool, but you can make a lot more money on a whole bunch of other different assets.
12.
Oh, of course. He gets into Forex and learns it all in 1 month at the precocious age of 19 years old. Later on in this video, we will get into why his move to Forex was likely due to some ulterior motive and not because of the trading side. For some context now, Trillium hires some of the best candidates in the world. You want to know the average learning curve to become just profitable at Trillium? First, most trainees at Trillium fail, but those that do succeed only tend to start making money 18 to 24 months into the job, and that's even when given direct one-on-one mentorship from other profitable traders at one of the best discretionary trading firms in the world. So how does young Tadarius make all of his money? It's of course his ICC strategy, which stands for indication, correction, and continuation.
Yo, he did make this strategy popular. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he made this strategy extra popular. ICC is really, really popular based off of Psy promoting it. Indication, correction, continuation. Like, that's just a good concept of how the market moves. But if you think you're going to be $100 million trading just off of that, I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. I mean, prove me wrong. If you think it's going to happen, prove me wrong. But from all of the years I've been trading, that's not accurate. Like, that's not going to make you $100 million in the market. Just indication, correction, and continuation.
Not to be confused with Michael Huntington's conveniently similar ICT strategy.
Now, this is who I started learning from when I first started trading. Well, not from, but this is one of the people that I learned from in the beginning. ICT, Inner Circle Trader, Michael. Yes, even that strategy. I know a couple of people that have been successful off of that strategy, but I feel like it's so confusing for the average person. Like, I don't use that strategy anymore. I really use the ROI strategy, return on investment. You feel me? Shout out to my boy Timo, but I don't use any of these strategies anymore, man. They're just super overcomplicated. And at the end of the day, if it works for you, it works for you, man. You got to just figure out what works for you.
That he adapted them from. As for Michael Huntington in ICT, that is another fraud for another day. So let's dive into the meat of this trading strategy.
Now,
damn, he called Mike a fraud. I gotta see. Are we going to tune into that? I gotta see what that's about.
What I teach you guys is ICC, right? An indication, a correction, a continuation, right? It's a 3-step process. Now, watch what I do here. This is your indication. This is your correction. This is your continuation. But you're looking at it just as, oh, I need an indication. Oh, I need a correction. But you're not looking at it as, this is a high, this is a higher low, this is a higher high. So if you're trying to trade ICC, if you know an indication and correction already happened and you're looking for a continuation, how come you don't think the same way when it comes, this is a high, this is a higher low, this is a higher high? Basically what I'm trying to explain is, you're chasing this. You're chasing that next push up because you know after price makes a high, it's going to end up making a higher low. After the higher low is made, it's going to push off of that higher high, or higher low and then make a higher high.
Ah, yes, the higher highs and higher lows that you always know will happen. If only trading were that easy. But don't you worry, this strategy is actually incredibly powerful because look at these trading stats. Wow! Over the course of 267 trades highlighted here, Tadarius made over $11 million with a profit factor of 28 and a win rate of 91%. To a total trading newbie, that must sound absolutely phenomenal. Who wouldn't want that kind of performance? It almost sounds too good to be true. Well, that's because anyone who isn't a total idiot and has at least 6 months of trading experience knows that those stats aren't just good, they are absurdly impossible. It is the equivalent of someone saying that they were in the MLB and with 267 at-bats, they had over a 900 batting percentage and almost all of their hits were grand slams, yet you've never heard of the guy. You wouldn't be able to not laugh if someone made that claim. Nobody ever in the history of trading has ever had stats like these over the long run. Even ChatGPT confirms that the best trading firms of all time would never be able to obtain these stats. Yet of course, someone with 3 years of trading experience in Forex magically does so. Let's be clear about what profit factor is. Essentially, it means that for every dollar he risks, he makes $28. And again, Forex is the most efficient market. I can't even say that without laughing. ChatGPT says the stats are structurally and mathematically impossible for any real trading account. Even the likes of Citadel, Renaissance, and Jane Street do not have anywhere near these ratios. A profit factor above 10 is suspicious, and above 20 is near fantasy, especially with his win rate. Normally, win rate moves inverse to profit factor. But once again, young Tadarius defies the principles of trading with a 90% win rate. I'm not sure my exact win rate, but I don't even know if it's above 60%. And there
Yo, that's another thing. Like, you don't have to be the world's greatest trader and do 90% and all that. Like, that's kind of cap, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, well, you could be a 90% trader. Let's just say you take if you take 2 trades. Well, shit, let's just say you take 5 trades and you win 4 of those trades. You up there in the 90 percentile, but like the less trades you take, and it's just very difficult to be 90% accurate, bro. Like 90% is so vicious. You can be rich as hell with even less than 60%. You can be wrong more times than right and still be a profitable full-time trader, man. That's something that a lot of people need to learn, but you know, that's here nor there.
There's no way my profit factor is even above 5. Now keep in mind, I've been verified as an elite day trader. This situation is the equivalent of someone saying they have 100x better stats than Tom Brady and that they've won 70 Super Bowls. You can't even say it and believe it plausibly. Now here's the really important detail beginners don't know. TradeZella is not some institutional auditing platform.
It's not.
It's just a trade journal. And TradeZella
And it's a overpriced from somebody that's actually used it, because I will never really talk about anything that I haven't used personally, but TradeZella is overpriced, gang. Like, I could give you guys a free software that, like, come on, bro. Like, that's TradeZella is extra overpriced, gang. I ain't gonna lie, it's extra overpriced. Super.
allows users to upload their own trading data from a spreadsheet, which means screenshots alone prove absolutely nothing. Remember,
Oh yeah, too. I just wanted to let y'all know, man. I enabled the call-in feature. So if you want to start the call-in on these streams, man, I'm about to start accepting people, inviting people, and things like that, man. If you want to call in on these streams, so let me make sure my mic. Choose the mic. It's probably because I'm using it on something else. That's cool. All right. As long as y'all can still hear me on stream, let me double check.
extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. A dashboard screenshot is not extraordinary evidence for someone essentially claiming to be the greatest trader.
Testing.
Probably ever. Discord and Instagram followers are not extraordinary evidence. Yet beginner traders constantly confuse popularity with credibility because social media conditions people to associate attention with legitimacy. Now, whenever people criticize
Yeah, let me talk about that, right? Social media does make people associate attention with legitimacy. Like, because you gave your attention to it, it doesn't mean that it's legit. You got to spend time and do some research to figure out if that thing is actually legit. So, yo, social media has the world so confused right now. That's the best way I could say it, man. They're just so confused, gang.
Or question the statistics, defenders instantly repeat the same line.
Bro, he doesn't even sell a course. He's not selling anything.
And it is a line he repeats himself a ton.
I give out everything for fucking free. What could I be deviously doing to people?
And it's like the only thing you have paid is your signals. That's one of the top rated signals.
LOL. I love how he says he sells nothing, but then hey, buy his trading signals. That's actually just the least of it. People hear not selling a course and immediately assume there's no monetization.
That's where they get you. Like, they'll tell you they don't sell a course, and you'll think they're like, oh my God, they're not selling the course. Everybody else is. They're automatically real. No, they just came up with another way to market to your ass.
Funnel underneath all this. But beginner traders need to understand how the modern trading influencer ecosystem actually works, because the monetization is the audience. And this is where his liquid brokers relationship becomes incredibly important, because once you start looking into the broker funnel, the entire picture changes. One of the biggest red flags here is that on Xauusd Telegram and Discord, with well over 100,000 followers, he is constantly funneling his deceived followers towards liquid brokers, an offshore CFD-style broker ecosystem heavily tied to leverage, speculation, and affiliate-style marketing. All over his Discord and Telegram, you can find referral-style partner links associated with the broker. And this matters enormously because offshore brokers commonly operate by introducing broker programs where influencers receive compensation based on referred users, deposits, trading activity, and trading volume. In plain English, the followers themselves effectively become the product, and these offshore CFD brokers skirt all the regulations. That's my belief why he ended up going into Forex. He knew that's where he could sell his sheep to the slaughterhouse. That's why they're offshore.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, he's not lying about anything. I trade CFD, but my broker is regulated. There's nothing wrong with CFD, but most people do trade on CFD brokers because you can get away with a lot of BS. Like, you can get away with all of the, like, faking people out. I love futures. I love futures over everything. So I love futures, but I do trade CFDs for the leverage. It has some advantages. So I trade both, but most people, you can't fake and funk like you do in CFD, which is just, what is it? What does it stand for? Change for difference, contract for difference. Is one of those two. Something for difference, right? That's what it stands for. But it's basically just spot trading. When you trade futures, you're trading an asset where you're basically predicting on the future price of it, what it either is going to be up or down. And there are a bunch of different ways to trade, right? But I'm just trying to show y'all how to spot the fakes out. There's a lot of fake traders out here, man, and I'm tired of it too. I'm with Lance, man. I'm going to be a voice of authenticity in trading because I come from Trenton, New Jersey, and most people will not allow you to fake out here. It's so hard to fake out here. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. If you do, you'll be able to show it. So I feel like Trenton really makes you super fake or super authentic. And if you're super fake, you're going to be super authentic at being super fake. That's just what it is. But I love this so far because it's giving a lot of game to people who don't know what's going on. I'm going to be doing more of these streams. We've been here for 30 minutes already, tapped in. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all follow. I'm going to drop the Discord link in the chat real quick so you know how we do. Let's get it.
And that's why he uses them. No real trader uses some offshore, unregulated broker. Literally none. So all of a sudden, Xauusd starts trading Forex and CFD starts to make way more sense. This is exactly why the affiliate structure matters so much. These offshore brokers avoid the regulations and allow shady compensation practices. No real brokers allow that. So if your compensation increases when your audience trades more aggressively, then there's a built-in incentive to glorify the trading lifestyle and sell a dream. Now let's talk about liquid brokers itself, because this is where things start looking even sketchier. The broker heavily promotes massive leverage, up to 500x leverage. Think about how insane that is for beginner traders. Tiny market movements can completely vaporize an account. Again, just ask yourself honestly what kind of audience that ecosystem is designed for. And then you start reading the legal and regulatory language surrounding these offshore broker structures, and things get even murkier. The more convoluted the structure becomes, the more cautious you should be. This is why the "Psy doesn't sell anything" defense completely misses the point. The followers themselves are being monetized through sketchy affiliate structures. And then it's the audience churning their accounts at liquid brokers, which is the product. These influencers make direct commissions of all the people they refer. Huge percentages for sending sheep to the sketchy, offshore, unregulated slaughterhouse. And honestly, this is the deeper issue with all of it. The people consuming this content are often emotionally vulnerable. They're young men especially, people stuck financially, and people trapped in jobs they hate. They're scrolling social media late at night, desperately searching for some path toward freedom. When they repeatedly see luxury lifestyles attached to mathematically absurd trading statistics, their brain starts anchoring to completely unrealistic expectations about what trading should look like. They start believing that if someone like Psy figured it out in a few years, they can too. That emotional spiral.
Now, don't get me wrong. He probably raised the hope for a lot of people, but he did cap, like he did $100 million from a CFD broker. Yo,
destroys people because most fail, and real trading mastery takes so many years to just become profitable. Years of chart study, years of journaling, and years of refining your process and surviving drawdowns. There is no magical Discord or Telegram that transforms broke beginners into elite traders overnight.
Facts.
Anybody telling you otherwise is either lying, delusional, or monetizing your desperation. The people harmed here are all the gullible people that fall for it. They waste time and money pursuing a dead-end path. People like Psy should be in prison or a special place in hell. There are tons of influencers out there like Ross Cameron of Warrior Trading who are real traders and teach real material that actually helps their students. Yes, I think he needs an asterisk by his P&L, like I discussed in this video, but at least he's a great person to learn from. Now there's one other aspect I want to bring up. Social media is used nowadays to sell a fake dream, especially to young, desperate males that feel disenfranchised. That is why Darius's Instagram is full of bottle service at the club, fast cars, and vacations. It is the manosphere all over again. In fact, his
Yo, real shit, he is selling y'all the lifestyle, man, just like a lot of other traders gonna do. They're gonna sell y'all the lifestyle because trading is super lit, but most people are not successful just from trading. They're successful from selling you the lifestyle. Please don't get fooled, man.
world tour he goes on is even called Us vs. Them, as if the rest of the world are the ones holding you down. Many people have called Psy out for being a total scam, highlighting his Photoshop screenshots, deleted posts, or even that time that he got caught lying about it.
Yo, $100 million? Yo, $100 million?
Crypto withdrawal. Psy and his predominantly black followers are quick to pull the race card, and they say that nobody wants to see a young black man with money. First of all, I think a lot of the responses come from bot farms that I suspect he utilizes. But if these are real people, here's what's so sad about that. The only person
bot farms is crazy.
harming these innocent followers isn't the unspecified them or the man. It is Psy himself that is harming his following that put their trust in him because they idolize him and think he is offering them a real path out of the rat race. The balls it takes to do these meetups around the globe, look your followers in the eyes, and then be lying, stealing, and squashing the dreams of these people seeking a real path to success. So yeah, it's about time I joined the chorus of real traders calling Psy a scam. We need to call out all the immoral scammers out there. There will always be gullible sheep, but just know, the trading world is waking up and the world always gives you what is coming to you. Are you wondering if your favorite influencer is a fraud? Drop their name in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see who I cover next.
All right, yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's a lot of fake It's a lot of fake traders out here, bro. Like, it's a lot of fake traders out here, gang. That's why I just want to show y'all I'm gonna be another voice of authenticity, man, in this trading space. Don't even base your trading results off of mine, man. Like, don't even be one of those people that's like, oh my God, I want to do it because he did it. Like, if you want to trade for generational wealth and because you don't want to work a job or whatever, that's cool. But like, don't let these people fool you, man. Please do not let these traders fool you. Let's do it. Let's go to the next video. First off, let's check out gold. Let's see how gold moving real quick. Let me erase everything off my charts. And which I want me to give y'all some breakdown real quick. All right, I got you. I got you, chat. So look, most people that start out trading, they trade on the 1 minute time frame. As you can see, 1 minute, right? They trade on a 1 minute time frame. And the thing about trading is the price is always fluctuating. It was going down, it was going up, it was going down, it was going up. When it comes to the 1 minute time frame, you don't really want to analyze the market from the 1 minute time frame. The 1 minute time frame is a smaller time frame, which means it's gonna have more candles within a certain period of time. When it comes to trading, I specifically like to use the 1 minute time frame or anything that's below anything that's lower than the 1 hour time frame to me, or below the 30-minute time frame, I would consider that a smaller or lower time frame. And the lower time frames are best for entering in on a trade. But when it comes to analyzing the market, I like to do that from a higher time frame. So that might mean an hour time frame, 4-hour time frame, daily time frame. And as we can see, gold is definitely in an uptrend right now. Gold hit the all-time high at the price of 5,598.13. Somewhere around that price, 5,598, almost $5,600. Yep, $20 away from $5,600. Now, give me a second. Oh, that's lit. Okay, so, all right. Gold is looking like it's back on an uptrend. Gold was in a bearish market, and you can go do this research for yourself. Like, if you wanted to do this research for yourself, what makes gold a bearish market technically? If it's 20% lower or a 20% decrease from the recent highs. So the all-time highs were at 5,500 up here at this high. I'm gonna teach y'all candlesticks, how to read candlesticks, how to do all that too, because I know it's just a lot of like faking, man. It's a lot of faking when it comes to these charts. And we got to just bring some authenticity back. But look at this. That high to that low. 29%. Was at a 29% decrease from the all-time highs. So gold was in the bearish market. It never went past like 30%, 31%. And then we can see it consolidated here. Consolidation just means that the price was trading within a specific range, which I'm about to show you. Trading within a specific range, just like that. You can see how it's just staying in between this range, right? Do I got my pencil on here? Do they let me even? Let's figure it out real quick. I got y'all. You stay locked in with me, you gonna make some money. Oh yeah, that's for sure. All right, so price traded in. Came up. Once it traded in here, you can see how it just traded back and forth, and then it broke out of that consolidation zone. So that's all consolidation is. But gold is definitely on the move up right now. 46.35 is the current price. And with that being said, let's get into the next trader that might potentially be a fraud. All right, so this is a popular trader a lot of people know as TJR. So let's check out TJR's video, or the video on TJR.
I don't think people.
So this video is made by Roman Paolucci. I'm gonna subscribe to him. Almost got 100K followers. I think I watched some of his videos before, but I'm telling you, we got to bring authenticity back to this trading space, man. It's a lot of people frauding when it comes to trading, and I do not like it. It's so trash, bro. Because a lot of people you could actually make a living off of trading. And when I say make a living, it means like you pay your living expenses strictly from withdrawals. I don't claim to be the richest trader out here. It took me a very long time to understand how this market works and to be able to make money from this market. But the reason why I'm able to stream all day and do the things that I choose to do, and I'm able to buy my time back or have my time back, is because I am a full-time trader. This is my main source of income, is day trading. So it doesn't matter about how much you make, and can you pay your bills? Can you take care of yourself off of trading, off of withdrawals, off of analyzing the market and making money? Anything else is cool. You should be focused on generational wealth after that, but most people don't do that. They'll sell you a course, or they'll show you how to get involved with their broker, and then I don't even get it. Like, most people don't even trade big contracts, or like they don't even trade big contracts or large contracts or multiple contracts. So I don't know how y'all, like, you gotta basically be a salesman again, bro. I don't get it, man. But let's check out this video.
Really believe that this guy is a day trader. If you scroll through most of his videos, he's kind of just flexing about capital. He's a multimillionaire, and then he's a billionaire.
That's cat. But hey.
And then I think he goes back to multimillionaire. There he is. Yep, millionaire. But he was a billionaire. That's some crazy volatility in a day trading strategy. I honestly didn't even know who this guy was until some of you guys started dropping some comments in other videos.
Yo, I want y'all to show me who the frauds is too, bro. I'm gonna be a voice of authenticity, just like Lance B, just like Roman. Eddie OT is outside, and I'm bringing authenticity back to trading, bro. Cause damn, for what? Like, I'm tired of these fraud traders. Tired of it. Can't have it no more, man. Tired of it. Anyways.
And I started to look into him a little bit more, and I checked out this podcast, and I don't even know who this guy is, but this is probably the funniest exchange that I've ever seen, and I was almost falling out of my seat laughing. Just check this out.
When you strip away all the noise, like, what actually works?
Whatever works for you. I know.
Yo.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you. Yo, I see why he was crying, laughing, bro. Like, when you strip away all the noise from trading, just go ahead and look at this. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. Just press buy or sell. Whatever works for you. Come on,
Dude,
bro.
that is what it is. It's unfalsifiable responses that gather attention. It's a cop-out. It's not actually suggesting what works in the face of uncertainty, how to manage risk, how to build a strategy.
Facts.
It's just arbitrary platitudes. Check this out.
No, that's like super vague, and that's probably not the answer that you want, but every single like good professional trader that I know, they all trade a different way. And the best way to go about trading is find a strategy that works for you, that makes sense to you. So for him, like, for example, he gathers a whole bunch of data and then makes a decision based on like he thinks that price is going to go a certain way based on the data that he gets. I think that price is going to go a certain way based off of how the candlesticks are moving. And everybody makes a decision based on what makes sense to them. So the best
Not what makes money, what makes sense to them.
thing is finding a strategy that makes sense to you and why you think price is going to move, and that's going to be your edge.
So that's not how it works, right? That's like suggesting I'm going to go into a casino and it makes sense to me that the roulette wheel is going to land on black. So my strategy is going to be to bet on black. It has nothing to do with an edge. The house has the edge, but the same is true in the markets. I can't just pick a strategy that makes sense to me, bet on black because it makes sense to me. That doesn't mean I'm going to have an edge. It doesn't mean it's going to work, and it's not any reason for you to make money. But this isn't the only exchange that I've found absolutely outrageous. There's also a fantastic video where he walks you through how to backtest. And I want to bring you over there, and we're going to go ahead and just
Shout out to Roman. He's spitting right now, gang. Go ahead and subscribe to Roman. I like this video.
prove pretty much every facet of that video with the most basic of math, probability, and statistics. This will be very helpful for me.
That's why 90% of traders fail, because they follow people like TJR and listen to people like TJR. I got nothing against TJR at all, but he's not being fully transparent, obviously. He's just giving, as Roman said, unfalsifiable. There's no way to, you can't say that that's false, whatever works for you. It's just too vague, like, and man, it's just, can we be more authentic, please?
Been meaning to brush up on my backtesting logic. Let's see what kind of wisdom TJR can provide here for me for conducting a correct backtest.
Everyone asks, how can you do it correctly? It's whatever works for you.
Oh my God, bro, what?
It's whatever works for you, guys. Come on, unfalsifiable cop-outs, platitudes. He's not explaining that. You create a backtest based on some sort of model and parameterization, then you perturb the parameter space to see if the parameterization falls off a cliff and leaves you in a hole, or if there's slight performance degradation, and you actually have something that is tradable. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Whatever helps you learn and develop your skill for your strategy better. And this just takes time, right? A lot of trading is just individual and personal.
This is really where I start to get mad. This is the heart of the problem. It's, if what I'm saying doesn't work for you, then it's due to some unmeasurable, intangible thing that's your fault. And it takes an incredible amount of knowledge and experience in the finance space to understand why this is just nonsense. That's why I'm here. I'm telling you it's nonsense. He is literally saying, hey, this is my advice. If it doesn't work for you, it's your fault. That is not at all what education is about.
Let's say for you, for backtesting, if you can't trade live, right? Like over the weekend, best thing that you could do is go back over the previous week, every single day, find one or two good trades that you could have taken on a pair, and then find all of our building blocks through.
Yo.
Oh man, where do I start with this one?
Yo.
That's not how backtesting.
Yo, is that the information that they're really giving out on backtesting, bro? Like, are y'all really telling people to... I can't wait to send this to some of my trader friends, bro, because this is crazy.
Works, right? That's called overfitting noise. And it is very easy to avoid if you backtest correctly. It is very difficult to avoid if you backtest incorrectly. And this is backtesting incorrectly. It's going back to confirm your bias, that is confirmation bias. You're observing signals that have already happened, leading to an outcome that you want that aren't necessarily going to reoccur in the future. This is roughly what he's saying. Go to a Bitcoin price chart, and I don't even know how to use TradingView here. Let me see if I can refresh this. you go to a Bitcoin price chart and he's saying, okay, like go back in time and find a trade setup that you like. And then when you see it again in the future, you'll be ready to go. It's like, okay, well, I'll go back in time to 2012 when Bitcoin was pretty much worthless. It's like, that's a pretty good trade setup. Now I'm going to go into penny stocks and I'm going to see, oh, those are pretty much worthless. And that's a great trade setup. I'm going to go all in on those penny stocks, or maybe I'll size my bets reasonably, but I don't even think I can give him that. And, you know, that's a signal that's going to work in the future. It's a statistical fallacy. In fact, there's a literal bias for it. It is confirmation bias. It's extremely well documented. It's one of the first things you learn in statistics.
On all those on all the videos of me saying like, oh, like this is how you spot order blocks, this is how you spot fair value gaps, this is how you do this is how you do that, all talking about our building blocks, just do that repeatedly, right? Remember our homework for the order block day, the fair value gap day, the liquidity sweep day, and the break of structure day. Just do those over and over again. That for me is what works best compared to going into bar replay, not understanding daily.
So if you guys want to know what this sounds like as somebody who's deeply ingrained in the space, it's effectively like throwing on a football game and saying like, oh, you know, really the trick to scoring here is these guys up front. They have to block these guys, and this guy with the ball, he's got to throw it to a guy further downfield, or maybe even run it up himself. And, you know, you could very easily see that, you know, when there's a break in structure here, running it up himself was going to be the optimal move. So clearly, you know, he was going to score here. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, that's pretty much what it looks like and sounds like watching this. It's like pulling teeth, but if you don't know, then it seems like there could be something there. But like, you know, I use an example with football, and how ridiculous does it sound? You got to make analogies to what you really understand, because it makes it a lot easier to see where this nonsense starts to fall apart. And, you know, this is exactly why I propagate in literally all of my videos to master your quantitative skills, so you don't get fooled by nonsense. And, you know, that's not going to get me a million views. It's going to take a tremendous amount of work. It's not fun, but shocker, you don't get something for nothing. There's no free lunch. At the end of the day, this guy is an entertainer. He's not a trader, and he's not an educator. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not throwing shade at his business. What he's built is very impressive. Whether it's on the backs of people losing money is subject for discussion. He gets hundreds of thousands of views, and people find his content very entertaining. Ironically, you scroll down to his trading videos, and they have some of the lowest view counts ever, 20,000, 30,000, 20,000. But, you know, he spends $1 million at Coachella. He's getting 250,000
quarter
views.
million.
So, you know, no heat his way, but at the end of the day, he doesn't know how to trade. He doesn't know probability and statistics. And he certainly doesn't know how to backtest.
Damn. All right, now I gotta watch this. I gotta watch this next one. Let me share this Switch link out real quick, man. We getting turned up right now, gang. We getting turned up right now. We going full streamer for a year. I got the Discord set up, so you know. Y'all more than welcome to join that. I'm just tired of all the faking and fraud everywhere, bro. A lot of these dudes be out here LARPing, man, and I'm just tired of it. My boy, shout out to my boy Nitro. We just subscribed to him yesterday, Nitro Camden. He got a crazy story, but hopefully we can help his situation out a little bit. We subscribed to him for 3 months, man. So y'all go check out Nitro Camden. All right, let me share this Twitch stream real quick. I'm trying to get my achievements up, man. You know, it's only gonna take a second. I ain't tripping though. We gonna get right.
8
I
hours.
promise we gonna get
Oh,
right.
you're back.
So that's what we gonna do. Can I get my link? Can I get my link? Yes, sir. Share. Copy link URL. Let me drop this in the Discord real quick. Discord link in the bio. It's active. This is my Twitch server official Discord. Y'all more than welcome to jump in. This is how you're gonna be able to tap into all of my like resources. I should have did this first. I should have did this first. Yeah, we active right now. We active right now, and then I gotta do some work tonight. I'm gonna have to start. All right, I got it. So look, let's watch this one. I just dropped this in the bio. Let me see something. I just sent the request. This might take a turn. This might take a turn. Let's see. Let's see. I got something brewing right now for y'all. Let's see. Until then, though. Until then. We on this right here.
Michael J. Huddleston, better known as the ICT, has built one of the largest followings in trading history. He's best known for his concepts, fair value gaps, liquidity sweeps, and order blocks, which have spread.
And it was crazy, right? If you listen to a lot of people when they trade, right? A lot of people when they trade, you can hear it in their vocabulary. Me and my homeboy, shout out to Rich, yo. Shout out to Rich. Yo, what's up with my boy, yo? Where my boy at, man? But me and my boy will sit around and laugh because we'll hear people, when they start trading, you can hear it in their vocabulary. Like they'll say these fair value gaps. Do you trade fair value gaps? Do you trade liquidity sweeps? Like, do you trade like, and not even knowing where the concept of these vocabulary words come from, bro. So let's figure out what we can figure out right now.
Right across virtually every corner of the retail trading world. There's just one problem. There's overwhelming evidence that Michael himself is a fraud. But the more interesting question is this: do his concepts actually work? Have no fear, because today.
All right, so this is gonna be a good one, right? Can you still be a fraud but your concepts work? Because I would be confused on, if your concepts work, how can you be a fraud? This should be a good video right here. Let's get into it, man.
I want to pass on something that might save newer traders years of confusion, wasted time, and possibly a lot of money. The difference between a useful trading idea and a fraudulent trading authority. The online trading industry is a cesspool of frauds trying to mislead the innocent retail trader. So I've taken it upon myself to be your trusted source of what's real and what's not in the trading world. Because unlike ICT, I actually worked on Wall Street and I had to fully verify my over $100 million of trading profits to be in Market Wizards. But lucky for you, I am done trading my health for wealth. So now I'm bored as hell, and rather than getting my pale skin sunburned on the beach, I have nothing better to do than debunk all these traders. So who is Michael J. Huddleston? Honestly, as always seems to be the case with these videos,
Lance just got my subscribe. Lance just got my subscribe.
I have no idea, and I'm not sure anybody does. I guess he's from rural Michigan, but outside of that, I have not been able to find any formal evidence of any employment on Wall Street or any formal background in markets. He appears to be a self-taught trader that got into trading in the late 90s. Michael alleges that he is the one that programmed the algo that drives markets. He did.
Yo, he really does claim that. He does claim that man. I went through his whole year mentorship because I'm just blessed like that. I be having people that love me so much. They give me access to their resources. But I went through his whole year of mentorship, and he does claim that, he had a participation in the algorithm that we all know and trade today, or that we all don't know and still trade today.
Did this because he says he was kidnapped in a white van by Wall Street execs and forced to program the algo for them? Well, obviously that's just an absurd story that nobody of any rational mind can believe. I'm gonna save
I never knew that. That's crazy. That is crazy. I never heard that story. That's wow.
Everyone a lot of time, and I'm gonna actually skip the whole argument about whether Michael's a fraud or not. Iman Trading has already made 2 wonderful videos discussing all of his lies, his Photoshop incidents, and the walk back.
Yo, shout out to Iman Trading. Iman Trading definitely debunks a lot of these like fake traders. Shout out to that channel. We're gonna watch some videos from that channel in another stream. We still lit right now. Let's get it.
Iman's video, which I'll link in the description, directly addresses ICT's public trading credibility and describes ICT's 2024 Robbins Cup account as being down 91% from the $10,000 starting balance. Another video from Iman Trading frames the issue around ICT's live streaming and his trades and how he damages his own credibility by showing executions that did not match the mystique. I'm not here to simply replay Iman's arguments because he already did that work very well. To this day, there is not a single shred of evidence that Michael has made any money trading. There's no third-party audit, there's no kinfo verification, and any of his P&L claims have been proven false. Not to mention, the way he refers to his audience as munchkins and how he almost views himself as this higher power is beyond weird to me. Until someone can present some clear third-party, verifiable evidence that ICT has succeeded in markets, the burden of proof is always on him. Now, let's address the point ICT defenders usually make immediately. Even if Michael is not profitable, his concepts work. And I think fine, that's a fair question to assess, and that's what I want to address in this video. Because I absolutely do think there are people that can be great teachers, but poor practitioners. For example, there's a reason why most of the swing coaches for golf or shooting coaches for basketball, or really any sport, are amazing teachers who might not have been the absolute best players. Now, to be clear, I absolutely do not think Michael Huddleston is a great teacher either, but I do think it's important to separate out my views on him being a fraud versus what he teaches. A person can teach a concept that has some utility while still being misleading about his own performance. The concept can be useful while not being original. For example, even my own broken slot machine concepts, it's just my way of explaining in-play stocks is popularized by S&P Capital. And my right side of the V is my best visual explanation of trend trading. I didn't invent any of these concepts, but I did just coin my own ways of understanding them. And I think there's value to that. So do his concepts.
Yo, that's what a lot of traders do, and they just don't tell you that. None of these concepts are like brand new. What is brand new is the coin or the way that they perceive the markets. They just put a name on it. That's it. I seen somebody talking about the ATM strategy game. I was like, bruh, oh my God, y'all gotta stop. I'm exposing. See, I really make withdrawals. I'm a full-time trader and I have nothing to hide. So I can do all the exposing I want to do because I really got to bring back authenticity into trading, because honestly, if it wasn't for all of these fake gurus and things like that, I probably would have been a full-time trader way faster than it took me to become a full-time trader. And I've been trading since 2014, bro. Imagine that. I wasn't a full-time profitable trader until the last like 2 years. So it basically took me about 10 plus years to get this locked down, bruh. Don't let these people out here fake and trick you out of your spot. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Most of these traders do not trade. They are glorified marketers. Trust me, I know I've been on that side too. Trust me. But I'm just here to help, man. Let's get it.
Concepts and market teachings have any viability. First, let's start with this central argument that there is one algo that controls markets and that he is the one that programmed that. For obvious reasons, that isn't true. We all know that there isn't just one algorithm or even a predominant algorithm. Trading firms around the world and even retail traders have access to dozens of different algos, and markets themselves are a heterogeneous mix of market participants executing trades for all sorts of different reasons. So while I absolutely do acknowledge that a large percentage of trading is now done via algos, I want want to point out that such a statement only hits hard if you're an uninformed retail trader. An algorithm is nothing complicated. It is just a computer program executing a trade based on set criteria. It could just simply be an algo that sells X shares over Y minutes. So no, markets are not controlled by one algorithm. Markets are the aggregate output of thousands of firms, millions of participants, and countless independent execution algorithms competing against one another. I think to a mass audience, that absolutely sounds appealing when you talk about this one algo to rule it all, and people want to buy into this thought that, ooh, the markets are rigged and there's one central entity controlling price. But it just fundamentally is not true. And anybody with any level of experience knows that. If you tell anyone on the institutional side of trading that there is only one algo that controls price in markets, they will laugh you out of the room. So what about Michael's trading concepts? Let's start with fair value
ICT.
gaps, arguably the most popular ICT concept and one of the most searched terms in all of trading. A fair value gap is basically an ICT name for a price imbalance, an area where price moves so fast that there is
All right, now let me show y'all, bro. We gotta do that, bro. 1 second, 1 second. A gap is really it's just imbalance in the market. Fair value gap is the name that like was coined by ICT, and it just everybody's, like he said, like Lance said, it is the most searched term in trading because it's something that you can clearly see and you're gonna try to bring some type of sense to it, right? Okay. I'm on a daily time frame right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a fair value gap, right? I'm about to find a fair value gap and show you how that was just imbalance in the market and that price got traded back into. Here is a gap where the price simply created imbalance because it moved way too fast, right? Can y'all see that? Do we see that gap right there? Do we see how that just, do we see how that price just moved so fast that there was an imbalance? There were just, and if I go down to a smaller time frame, you can see it. There were just sellers all throughout this price. At this point in time, there were nothing but sellers. And it moved so fast. This was one session. This happened at 8 a.m., June 5th, New York session. As soon as the New York market opened, this shit just shot down for fucking 1,000 plus 100 points, 1,000 pips. That's very fast. So it left an imbalance all between here. And the market just had to correct itself. As we can see, if you look into the future, look at how the price corrects. It comes back and trades into that. It closes that gap up, or it rebalances itself. So that fair value gap term is just a term, but it's just really imbalance and balance. That's all it is.
little or no normal two-sided trading before price continued away. Mechanically, a fair value gap is usually defined as a 3-candle pattern. For a bullish fair value gap, candle 1 makes a high, candle 2 expands aggressively upward, candle 3's low is above candle 1's high, and the empty zone between candle 1's high and candle 3's low is a fair value gap. Bearish or inverted fair value gaps are the same concept but to the downside. So this type of pattern does absolutely happen. A lot of sharp, sudden moves will see some form of retracement. But now here's the thing, that alone is not sufficient to have edge. If you blindly try to trade that pattern, you will never ever make money. What you really need are a specific set of criteria with an entry, exit, and profit-taking rules that show demonstrated efficacy when backwards tested or forward tested. Without a good system to capture edge, you end up always getting stopped out. Kinda like how ICT does in this video? We know ICT isn't a real trader, but if he's the teacher of this, shouldn't the strategy at least work? No, not necessarily, because it is always the full system of how and when to apply a concept that matters. So this today is pretty insufficient. This would be equivalent to me saying, I use trend lines, and when the uptrend breaks, I short it. And when the downtrend breaks, I buy it.
Wow.
Uptrends and downtrends do absolutely occur, but there is zero efficacy in simply doing that. In fact, that was one of my biggest criticisms of Tori when I critiqued trendline trading in this video. The specific details of not just how we execute the system, but when and where we apply the system are literally everything in trading. In no way is identifying a concept sufficient. In fact, a lot of what ICT has done is simply provide a new lexicon around old concepts. I personally believe that a lot of the terminology and language is to sound sophisticated and institutional, when in reality, a lot of it just maps onto older trading language. Take market structure. ICT traders talk about breaks of structure and market structure shifts as if this is some special institutional concept. But the idea of defining trend through higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, and lower lows is ancient by trading standards. Dow theory, which comes from Charles Dow's work in the late 1800s and early 1900s, uses peak and trough analysis and defines uptrends through successively higher peaks and troughs and downtrends through successively lower peaks. When an ICT trader says, we had a market structure shift, a normal trader might just simply say price stopped making lower lows and the short-term trend changed. Now take liquidity sweeps. ICT teaches that price often runs above old highs or below old lows to collect liquidity before reversing. Again, there is a useful observation inside the concept. Stops often cluster around obvious levels. Breakouts can fail, and markets can run obvious highs and lows, trap late traders, and then reverse. Anyone who has traded professionally has seen this countless times, and that's part of maybe why it resonates. But in my own language, I would often describe this as just a failed breakout. The problem is not the observation. The problem is the story behind it and the lack of a system to actually capture it. ICT often wraps this basic market behavior inside a much bigger narrative about manipulation and market makers hunting retail traders and algorithmic price discovery. That narrative,
his narrative is so like, it makes the market seem so mysterious. It's like he demystifies it and then makes it mysterious again. I swear, bro, like hearing this perspective is so crazy, man. But on that note, I'm finna run to the bathroom real quick because I've been sitting here for an hour and I had some good food before I started my stream. So I'm gonna let this keep playing. I still got my headphones rocking, but enjoy the video. I'll be right back in 2 seconds, man.
Is seductive because it gives the beginners a villain to blame. Instead of accepting that markets are competitive, noisy, and brutally efficient, the beginner gets to believe there's some hidden script and that ICT has decoded it. It's emotionally powerful, I get it, but it's also dangerous because it can make traders overconfident in patterns they have not actually tested. And again, the issue is always in execution. When is it just a liquidity sweep versus a sustained breakout? As always, the devil is in the details. How does one structure the trade to have efficacy? When and how is it applied? That is always going to be where the rubber hits the road. The older foundation here is not hard to find. Wyckoff analysis has discussed institutional accumulation, distribution, supply, demand, and the behavior of large operators for decades. The Wyckoff method asks traders to determine the market's current position and probable future trend, including whether the market is consolidating or trending, and what supply and demand imply about that direction. Dow theory also discusses accumulation, public participation, excess, distribution, panic, and despair. All of these phases of bull and bear markets. So when modern ICT language talks about smart money engineering liquidity before a move, it is often a rebranding of very old ideas about large participants, crowd behavior, and price moving through the phases of accumulation, markup, distribution, and markdown. Now let's look at order blocks. In ICT language, an order block is often described as the last down candle before a strong move up or the last up candle before a strong move down, especially when that move breaks structure. Again, there could be utility here. If a stock consolidates, then launches higher on real volume, and later pulls back into that launch zone, that area may matter. Traders have watched those zones forever. We call them bases, pivots, demand zones, breakout retests, prior consolidation, or even just basic support. In equities, if a stock breaks out of a base on enormous relative volume and then retests the breakout area while still holding trend, that's not magic. It's a classic continuation. simulation setup. The value comes from being able to identify the context, whether there's a catalyst, what the volume is, the market regime, and ultimately whether the trade offers asymmetric reward and positive expected value. That rectangle by itself is not edge. This is one of the biggest flaws in how many ICT students trade. They learn to draw zones, but not to evaluate opportunity quality or the context. But most candles are not meaningful. Most levels are noise, and so are most setups. If you don't have highly nuanced situations and systems to apply these general concepts, then you are just drawing expensive rectangles. TradingView has no shortage of rectangles. P&L is
Yo, expensive rectangles is crazy.
a part that is far harder, yet lacking in what ICT does. So now here's one of the big questions. Do I in any way use ICT concepts, or have I ever met any trader that uses these concepts? Now keep in mind, I have worked directly with quite literally over 1,000 traders between multiple trading firms and retail. Not only do I not use these concepts, but I do not know personally any trader that does. As crazy as this sounds, I am not aware of a single legitimate ICT trader except for those that trade funded trader accounts. There were no ICT traders in the recent Market Wizards book, nor have I ever personally worked with any on the retail side. Probably one of the most famous and respected ICT traders is JadeCap, but I've only seen his success on the funded trader side, which often can be gamified, and I don't view as being fully equivalent to true real market interaction. On Kinfo, I am not aware of any verified real trader that uses these strategies. If I am wrong, and you know of some fully verified real traders that attribute their success to ICT, please let me know in the comments. I'm always open to evidence. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that these concepts do not work or that you cannot build a system around them. In fact, because the devil is in the details, I would imagine you could build a system with just about anything. I do though think it is quite suspicious though that despite ICT having over 2 million followers and this being one of the most learned styles of trading, I really am not aware of too many credible traders speaking on this topic. So what should beginners make of ICT concepts? My answer is to salvage the simple market ideas and discard all the mythology around him. Study liquidity, but ditch the bullshit about some all-knowing algo. Study trends and price action along with basic technical analysis that was there long before ICT. If you want to use ICT language, fine, I'm not the vocab police. Although honestly, I should get myself a little Furu police badge, but above all else, make sure that whatever you are doing is backed by data and has a full system behind it. Not just how to execute the trade, but when and how to apply it. The final conclusion is this. Based on the public evidence available, no rational actor should believe any of Michael Huddleston's claims. My belief is simply that Michael was very early to the online trading content game. Combine that with a lot of complex sounding concepts and a narrative behind Wall Street being rigged by an algo, and you've got the recipe for a cult-like following. His 2 million plus subscribers are because of one of the most damaging and dangerous biases in society today. People confuse followers with credibility, and those followers then build on themselves. It's the same reason why Trades by Sai has been able to scam all of his followers, as I described in this video. So trust me when I tell you that there is no algo controlling the market. Not only does nobody on Wall Street have any clue who Michael Huddleston is, they've also never heard of any of these concepts. In fact, until I joined the retail trading world, I myself had never heard the name despite well over a decade actually trading on Wall Street. The cleanest read is that ICT built a massive brand by taking old price action concepts, renaming them, and surrounding them with institutional sounding language, and selling traders the feeling that they were learning hidden market machinery. The concepts themselves are too vague to constitute a trading edge. Some of these concepts can be useful once stripped down, but I think it speaks volumes that despite there being such an ecosystem of content around these concepts, there's an absolute dearth of real traders interacting in real markets, making real profits with these concepts. So it comes down to this. Take the useful ideas wherever you find them, but never outsource your judgment to someone who cannot verify his own edge or P&L. Build your own playbook, track your own stats, and learn from real traders with real records. And when a guru turns basic price action into a 47-part mythology about secret algorithms, kidnappings, and Photoshop subscriptions to gaslight his cult followers, remember that the market does not care how fancy your vocab is. It only cares whether your process has positive expectancy. Thanks for watching, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yo, I just did that, man. I just hit that subscribe button for you, Lance, man, for myself too, man. I would definitely recommend subscribing and following Lance because that's a verified trader. That's somebody that's been on Wall Street, and you can go check it for yourself. You feel me? So, I'm about to wrap up this stream, man. Check out gold real quick, though. Let's see what gold is doing. Gold is still making higher highs. Gold is still making higher highs. Gold is definitely in an uptrend, which we can clearly see. See this consolidation right here, and then price shoots up. And the uptrend is just simply higher highs and higher lows. So I'm waiting to see what this market does right now. It's an ugly uptrend. Nah, it's not. I'm on a 1 hour time frame, and the way I know it's an uptrend is look at this last swing high, and look how the price failed to break out right here. And then with this candle, not even showing y'all. My bad. Let me erase everything. Okay. You see this price right here? See how it went up? From 4,324, it went up to 4,362. Which is like $40 higher, right? And then it broke above. It came back down and made a higher low because in comparison to this previous low, this low is higher. Plain and simple. And then the price created a higher high where this candle closed higher than this previous high. So this is literally already an uptrend. And then we have price creating that imbalance where it just moves so fast to the upside, and then price continued. See the continuation. So I'm gonna trade this for New York session. Times at 11:24, 11:27. I'm gonna trade this for New York session. Right now, we're currently in the Asian session, Tokyo Asian session. We're seeing price make higher highs and things like that. It's very, very bullish, even from the higher time frames. And I'm excited, man, because we're going to make some money on tomorrow. We're going to make some money on this week. We got back to school for the kids. We got summer coming to an end. We got bills to pay, a bunch of things. So, you know, if you are looking to be a full-time trader, I can show you what I know in terms of being a full-time trader. Go ahead and tap in with me. Discord link in the bio. I don't have a course or anything like that, so I'm not one of those dudes. I do have a couple of students. I do have a couple of case studies from people that have learned from me, and they're doing really well when it comes to trading, on their way to becoming full-time as well. So with that being said, man, I think I'm gonna wrap up this stream because I just got back from the West Coast and I'm still burnt out. It takes me like 2-3 days. I'm on the East Coast right now, but it takes me like 2-3 days to get my body back regulated. So, oh man, I need to stretch. I need to do a lot of things, but I gotta get organized. So yeah, tap in with me, man. The Discord is active. What else? I might have to do some edits tonight because I ain't even chopped down my other video from yesterday. Gotta chop that down tonight. Yeah, I think I'm about to spend the rest of the night doing that. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today, man. We watched a couple of videos by Lance B and Roman P. Subscribe to both of them, like both of the videos. There goes Roman right there. Roman Lucci. Forgive me if I'm butchering the name, but oh, that's funny as hell. Yeah. We're gonna watch some of these videos tomorrow. We're gonna watch some of these videos every day, gang. Just to make sure that nobody getting scammed out, man. I'm gonna show y'all my mentors, the people who I really, really learn how to trade from, the people who don't use any of these ICT strategies or any of that. I'm gonna show y'all how to tap in though. Prices moving. Yeah. But yeah, this is all I trade. I only trade gold. And I'll be back tomorrow for New York session though. Let me make sure let me check if it's news though. I use myfxbook.com. Some people use my Forex Factory or Forex Factory, excuse me. I use my FX book. I use Forex Factory too sometimes, but oh snap. It's big news tomorrow. News at 8 o'clock. News at 8:15. News at 9. News at 10. Yeah, we got a lot of news tomorrow. Oh no, my bad. Tuesday. We only got news at 8:30 tomorrow, so that's cool. Chicago Fed National Activity Index. That's cool. Measures overall economic activity and related inflationary pressure through a weighted average of 85 monthly indicators. The index has an average value of 0 with positive readings, indicating growth above trend, and negative readings indicate growth below trend. Okay, so this is the index. Growth above trend. Growth above trend and negative readings indicate growth below trend. Okay, so latest release, the previous release versus the consensus. The consensus was 0.14. The previous release was 0.19. The actual was 0.2, so this was lower. And the next release is August 24th, tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. So July 23rd. Let me back test though real quick while I got some time. I'm chilling right now, but I still got some stuff to do. August 24th. No, July 23rd, 2026. Let's check that out. July 23rd. 2026. Ooh, y'all see that? Ooh, y'all see that? It's no secret. The consensus was 0.14. This was the previous, but the actual was lower. This came out at 8:30. Let me replay bar this. This came out at 8:30. Let's check the 30-minute. 8:30. Yep, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's actually not. Let me look at something else real quick. I gotta swing in there somewhere. Yep. All right. Ooh. 8:30 with no. I did not get a retest back into that. Let me see how the price played out though. The rest of the day. Ooh, TP1. That's all it gave me. Ooh, it only gave me TP1. Ooh, it only gave me TP1 at the 2.7. I don't even think I would have traded this, to be honest. Besides, I mean, let me see this 5-minute, 1 second. I probably would have traded this. Getting close to the 8. Yeah, I probably would have traded this. It caught the early bird move. But let me see. Okay. Yeah. I would have traded this. I would have caught the early bird move for sure. This would have been my trade right here. Damn. This would have been my trade. Would have probably got in like 815. If not, yeah, I would have got it on the 815 candle. I would have shorted it right here. A stop loss would have been about 100 pips. And I would have took it down for 300 pips. That ain't bad. That is not bad at all. $300 pips, 33 points. That is not bad at all. I would have took that for sure. Been in and out before 9:30. And then it just, what day was this? Tuesday? This was Thursday. It just consolidated. It gave you another drop, but yeah. All right. So that's the news that we got tomorrow. I'm going to get up, see what London session does. But that's at 8:30, so I'm chilling. 0.2, consistent 0.1. I got a sign there. All right, that's it though. I'm out for the night, man. Shout out to y'all. It's your boy Eddie One Take, man. We was on our trading shit today. Yesterday we was on content creation, algorithm work, and tomorrow we gonna be on day trading and content creation. But I'm about to chop up some of these clips and get them going real quick, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned, stay active. It's your boy Eddie One Take, man. I'm out. It's a day we never seen before, the day we'll never ever see again. You already know what's going on. Yeah. Bad.